Okay, we have our first skills and math question here. So always note, right, skills and math, right, is similar to your similarity concept where you compare lengths as well as area. Okay, so what we have here is that when you're given a scale like this, right, what I want you to understand is when there's no units, right, everything is in centimeter. Okay, so what I have here is that in this case here, 1 is to 25,000, right? So this is in centimeter. So if I want to change it, right? Okay, can you see what they want? They want it in kilometers. So what I have to do is slowly change. All right, so from cm, how am I going to change it to meters? I'm going to do step by step, okay? Cm to meters, we divided by 100. So this will be 250 meters. So now if I want kilometers, I got to divide by 1,000 because 1 kilometer is 1,000 meter, right? So you divide, so you end up with 0.25 kilometers. So what I want you to note is when your units for the numbers are different, you have to write down the units. But let's say if you don't write anything, then it's just in centimeter only. Okay, so for this one here, they say that for part A, right? Part A, they say this scale can be represented as 1 cm to n kilometers. So your n is actually equals to 0.25. Simple as that. Okay, so when we're going to part B, we are going to keep using your scale from here. So this is the scale that we have to follow because this is the map, right? I mean the scale. Okay, so what we have here is, let's look at the next part. They say that the distance between two towns on the map is 30 cm. So that means from here, 30 cm, what is the actual? How do you do that? From here to here, you multiply by 30, right? So do the same. So the actual one, right? Just take 30 times 0.25 kilometers. So 30 times 0.25, that will give me 7.5 kilometers. Okay, for part C is the one that many students struggle with always, but actually it's very easy one. Look at this. This is area, right? Okay, so you use the same scale. All right, use the same scale from here. Okay, so part C. How do you change this to area? You want cm square and km square, correct or not? So it's just as simple as squaring it. Okay, square it like that. So this one here will be 1 cm square, 0.25 square is 0.0625. So now this is the area scale. Look at this. This is the area scale. This was the length scale. Okay, different, right? One of it, just need to square it only. So from here, they are saying, right, the actual area is 2.5. So over here is 2.5, right? So what is this answer here? Okay, when something like that happens, right? Okay, you can decide how you want to do it. Okay, what we have here is that when you multiply by something, so 0.0625 multiply by the pink box, then I get my 2.5, right? So how do I get that pink box? I'm going to work backwards. So 2.5 divided by 0.0625. Okay, oops. Then this one here will just be 40 cm square. Some of you all, right, don't like this method. So if you don't want to do it this way, what I can recommend you to do is just like your primary school ratio. All right, what you can do is you make it 1 kilometer square first. And how do you do that? You're going to divide by 0.0625. Then from here to here, you multiply by 2.5, right? So it can be this way times 2.5. You get the same answer. Okay, so actually that's all you need to know. So for the next two questions that I'm going to go through, if you can, you pause it, don't watch first, and you try first, okay? So this is just your skills and math. Just use your length and then use your area scale. So the next one from here, okay, what you're given a little bit different because this is 4 cm to 1 kilometer. So you see they want it to be 1 is to something. Can you see that? And there's no units. So they want it to all be in centimeter. So how do we do this? 4 cm and 1 kilometer. 4 cm is on the map lah. 1 kilometer is the real object. So you want to make it 1 first. So 1 cm. So 1 divided by 4 gives me 0.25 from here. No units, right? Make everything into centimeter. How do you make this into meters? Times 1,000, right? So this is 250 meters. How do you make it into centimeter? Times 100. So this is the scale. 25,000. All right, so this will be your scale here. Easy to understand, right? But if you ask me, right, I will need this one. Okay, I need this for solving part B. Okay, so what I have here is I'm given my length scale. This one not very useful because too many zero already. I prefer always like real and map, like different units, right? Okay, so what you need to do from here, should know by now, you want the area. So how do you turn this into the area scale? cm, how to become cm square? km, how to become km square? So what we're going to do is just square it. Okay, we just square it. Then we will be able to get the area scale already. So this one will be 1 cm square, 0.25 square is 0.0625 kilometer square. So what do they want? They want actual, right? So plug in your math one. What is this? So similar concept, just go and multiply. So what do we do from here? 0.0625 multiply by 236. So 14.75 square kilometers. So you got your final answer from here. Okay, one last one. If you can do this, you pause, you don't watch first. Okay, should be able to do already. This is typical. All right, so this is the scale. So my scale from here is 1 is to, wow, so many zero. 250, 5 zeros, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I'm going to change it into kilometers because that's what they want. So I'm going to do the same thing. 1 cm, it will be 25,000 meters, when 1 cm will be 25 kilometers. Some students, they just memorize divide by 10,000. Can also, but when I was a student, I didn't like to memorize things, so I would do based on what I already know. Okay, so for part A, this is the scale that I have. So using this scale, I'm going to answer the question. On the map is 49.3 cm. So what is this? Just multiply, right? Just multiply like that. Okay, just multiply from here to here. So 49.3 times 25. Okay, so then from here, 1232.5, this is kilometers. No need to round up down because this is considered exact answer. Don't round, okay? Don't round. Then what about part B? So part B, you are given the actual area. So similarly, use this. Change this to your area scale. Okay, same concept here. Just need to square. Okay, so 1 cm square, 25 square is 625 square kilometers. Okay, so this one here, what do we want? We want 41825. Wow. Okay, so this one here is like that. So remember, if you need to, you do step by step. So I take out my pencil. I'm going to find 1 kilometer square first. And what do I do? How do I get that? I divide by 625, right? So 1 divided by 625. Then after that, I need to multiply this one. Multiply this humongous number. Oh, I write wrongly. 41285. Wow, luckily I checked. Okay, 41285. So I'll multiply by 41285. And then this will be my answer. So my answer is 66.056 square centimeter. Exact also, no need to round up down already. So this is my final answer. Okay?